This is Marli Siu from Anna and the Apocalypse, and you're listening to Without Your Head.
Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neil, and I'm joined by Christopher Leveaux of Anna and the Apocalypse, which was an amazing movie. Hey.
Hello. Sorry, I jumped in on your introduction then.
No, it's totally fine. It was probably too long. So. So how did you get involved in Anna and the Apocalypse? It's a very unique film.
Yeah, I got involved in the traditional way, being put forward by my agent, and I went through a couple of rounds. In terms of seeing the script for the first time, obviously a zombie Christmas musical is a surprising thing to have come into your inbox, but what I think collectively we all loved about the film was how it depicted the teenage coming of age story, and we felt that the depth that the characters had was something that interested us alongside all of the zombie Christmas musical madness, and it was actually the character that would sustain a 90-minute movie and allow for all of those mad things to happen around it, and that was what excited us, I suppose, as actors.
Yeah, because you really get to like all the actors, all the characters, and then which makes it much harder when something bad happens to them, because you're emotionally invested in them.
Totally. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to happen.
So, from what I understand, from talking to some of the other cast members, the younger actors, you guys all kind of bonded and became friends.
Yes, it was the most incredible. I mean, not only was it a great film to work on, but the people involved were amazing, and we were all working in this school for 28 days because most of it was filmed out of a school, and our dressing rooms, green room, production office were all in the different classrooms. So it was really like going back to school for 28 days, and we were just so lucky with the people that we had on board, and Nathan, Ale Carew, and Nick Crumb as the lead producers, and John McPhail as the director, and Sarah Dean as the cinematographer, Brian Clackery as the production designer. All just the most friendly, supportive people. There wasn't a sense of there being a hierarchy. It just felt like a collective ensemble, and so it was a very happy place to work in.
It's interesting. There are 28 days to shoot, then it kind of has a connection to another famous zombie movie 28 days later.
Totally. I don't think necessarily by design. Had they had more, right. I think they would have liked some more days. But there we go. It's a nice connection.
Yeah. Did you have a background in singing or dancing before the movie?
Yeah, I did. I'd done musical theatre at drama school. So I'd had practice at that, and that wasn't necessarily something that I was particularly intimidated by. But having said that, the style of singing was more pop, and I'd not done that before, and so I had to kind of adapt my voice to that style of singing, because Roddy and Tommy wanted the album to also be a pop album as well as a soundtrack for a musical. They wanted people to be able to listen to it in isolation, so that was a challenge for me. And Ben Wiggins, who plays Nick, always says that he can't sing, and he says that he'd had to have so many singing lessons before he sang Soldier at War. But when you hear him sing that song, you're I'm just in doubt, in constant doubt about that. And I think actually he's been doing musical theatre his whole life. But anyway.
Yeah, I agree. It's like actually all the songs are excellent in the movie. Did you have any background in battling zombies?
Oh yes. There was in the 2010 invasion that we had in the UK. I got lots of practice in killing zombies at that point. So yeah, I've done it for real.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's always good to have someone who's been in the actual event.
Actually done it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I was cast, I guess.
Are you a fan of horror movies?
I wasn't when I was a kid. I really liked Charlie's Angels, particularly because I liked Cameron Diaz. So that was the film that took up my childhood and my teenagehood. But being a part of a horror movie has been such fun, because the culture around it and the fandom and the community is so much fun, and it's so dedicated and passionate. So it's definitely a club that I'd like to belong to. But I've got a lot of watching of films to do in order to build up the requisite knowledge to be a part of that community. So I have many hours.
Right. So did you get to go to many of the festivals?
Yeah, I luckily got to go to Fantasia in Montreal, Fantastic Fest in Austin, Sitges in Spain. So I got to see some of the really big festivals and the big audiences. We had an amazing audience at Fantasia, 700 people, and it was the first time I'd seen it with such a big audience, and it just went down so brilliantly, and it was so nice to see everyone laughing and screaming and crying in all the right places, and it just was a real pleasure to see.
Yeah, I was at Fright Fest in London, but I didn't get to see it there because it was sold out. But I ended up seeing it in Boston.
Damn it! I didn't unfortunately get to see Fright Fest.
Mm-hmm. So when you first saw the finished movie, before I don't know, maybe it was festivals when you first saw the finished movie. What did you think once it's all edited together and the music's all in there?
I mean, I love it. I am a massive fan of the movie, not just because I'm in it.
Right.
I couldn't quite believe what they had done. I mean, when you're acting in it, you don't really know what's going on that level. You're not seeing dailies and rushes, and I mean, you're just focusing on your character. So I was completely blown away by what they had done, and especially someone who isn't necessarily kind of in the culture of horror movies. It felt accessible to me, and I felt like I could understand the references, and it didn't feel cliquey to me. It felt like it was kind of inviting me into the genre, which is something else that I really liked about it. Yeah.
And what was Paul Kaye like? Because he's great in the movie. He's basically the villain of the film.
Yeah, I mean, his performance is so much fun. I love it. I remember he came in on the read-through, at which point, everyone's kind of nervous, and it's the first day that everyone's performing in front of each other, and Paul Kaye comes in and does exactly what he does on screen, without holding back anything. And it was an inspiring moment to see someone just take the character and deliver it with so much fucking gusto.
Yeah. Was it a physically demanding movie to make? Is you have dancing and zombie battling?
Sorry, say that again. It's physically demanding.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we definitely had to learn how to punch properly and MC the fight choreographer for the movie, put us through our paces in terms of that. And the main aspect for us was to really look like we were using these weapons properly and we were treating these weapons properly. So in the first weeks when we were practicing some fight choreography, she gave us these foam noodles that you would use in a swimming pool, and she said, I mean, it is a foam noodle, but you've got to treat it like it is a weapon. And so we had quite a lot of learning to do in terms of that, and then just in terms of the fighting. Yeah, it definitely was physically tiring. I mean, but Ella more so because she was literally in every day, and my character tends to just run away, so I didn't have to do so much actual fighting.
Right. I was going to ask if there's any similarities between you and your character, but then right after you say you did a lot of running away, it's probably bad timing. I
know I am similar to my character. I think. I think that would be a fair comment to make. Plus, I have the same name as well. So
that's true. That's true. Yeah, so it's easy to remember. People say,
yeah, exactly.
So, do you have anything coming up?
I'm back in London, auditioning and working on some of my own stuff as well. Watch this space, as it were, but there's nothing in the space right now.
And is there a place people can follow you on social media?
Yeah, I've got the Instagrams and the Twitters, and I think that's it. I think I have Snapchat. I don't use it, but yeah. anyone wants to follow me, come and follow me. I can't promise anything of particular interest, but you know, who knows?
Yeah, you'll be sharing this interview, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I appreciate you coming and talking to me, and have a good time in London. And
my pleasure, Neil. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you very much. It's been great.
Right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
This is Sarah Swire from Anna and the Apocalypse, and you're listening to Without Your Head.